Bonjour, je m'appelle DroneOCan. Bienvenue à la Quebec City. And that's about the extent of my French. DroneOCan here, coming to you from Quebec City, Quebec, the provincial capital of our French-speaking province here in Canada. And I'm here on a work trip, and I've only got a few minutes here and there to sneak out and check out some old parts of the city. So naturally, I figured I'd invite you to come along with me. Let's check it out. So I'm starting here right across the street from my hotel. This is the Quebec National Assembly. In most provinces, this would be known as the Legislative Assembly, but in Quebec, it's known as the National Assembly. I'll leave the politics of that out of it. Instead, I'm just focusing on what a beautiful, beautiful building we have here. Amazing architecture. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of research. I'm making it up as I go along. It's fairly cold out here. It's a little bit breezy, but yeah, got to get out and see some sights while I can. Take a walk up here to the front doors. It's funny how when you get to Eastern Canada, the history takes on a totally different perspective, much like when you travel to Europe. At home, 100 years is historical. Here, that doesn't even really count for much. All these statues out here. A very imposing building to stand at the foot of. So, reading the geocache page here, it was saying that this building was built between 1887 and 1886. And they held their first meeting here April the 27th of 1886. Statue here, a little difficult to see. Louis-Joseph Papineau. Standing tall above me there. Sad to say, I don't really know anything about him, but then that's the point of statues, is it's an opportunity to learn. So when all else fails, let's ask the Google. Louis-Joseph Papineau.
According to Wikipedia, Louis-Joseph Papineau, born in Montreal, Quebec, was a politician, lawyer, and the landlord of the Seigneurie de la Petite Nation.
Okay, that gives you a little background. Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine, 1807 to 1864. Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine.
According to Wikipedia, Sir Louis Hippolyte Menard de Lafontaine, 1st Baronet, KCMG, was a Canadian politician who served as the first Premier of the United Province of Canada and the first head of a responsible government in Canada.
There you go, I'm learning right along with you. I do apologize for the darkness of this video, but like I said, this is a business trip and I have meetings all day, so I'm just getting a chance. I had an hour or so to pop out here before the evening dinner and wrap up here on day one. And I figured I would take advantage of the opportunity and at least see some of the statues out here. And we won't get too far tonight, maybe a bit later after things wrap up. Now here, very European feel. sign across the street mentions this is the Fortification de Quebec, so I'm assuming this is like the old city walls. I feel like we're back in Czechia or Hungary. Pretty remarkable. So I can give you a little bit of an overview here. There is the conference center. There's the hotel I'm staying at. Down here is the Parliament building that I was just showing you. And we're over here. I keep looking at the map, not at my finger, at the Port Saint Louis. So approaching here, this I believe is the De Tourny fountain, or Font de Tourny. And again, apologize for my French. Apparently presented to Quebec on the 400th anniversary of the city's founding, if I'm getting that right. If not, I'm sure someone will correct me. Of course, being winter, it's all covered up, so not nearly as impressive as it would be in the summer when it's running and not covered. Way over there in the distance is the Chateau Frontenac. Not going to get time to get over there right now. I have to get back to the hotel. Speaking of the hotel, there it is on the corner. I'm up on the 8th floor here. Two more. Well, I got tonight and then tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, not going to be a good night for seeing things, as I need to be on in a taxi heading to the airport at about 5 or 5:30 in the morning. So I'm kind of counting tonight as my best chance to get out and do some sightseeing and some geocaching. I've managed to pick up 3 caches while walking around here, briefly showing you kind of the little area that I'm in. Okay, so had dinner, had a couple drinks, did some networking, kind of got all that business stuff out of the way for tonight. Time to go for a walk. I'm going to try an Adventure Lab cache. If you haven't done these before, they're kind of like a virtual cache in the sense of you need to find locations, find information. This one's all written in French, so I don't have a really good understanding of what I'm doing, but it does sound like it's a bit of a historical tour. So let's go see what we can find. Didn't take me long to deviate from my planned route. Looks like there's a public skating rink here and some Christmas lights, so I figured let's take a little detour and see what we can see here. This must be where the Christmas market was. I won't be able to attend that. It's closed the 2 nights that I'm in town. But a bunch of the people came last night to check it out. Apparently it's very European in style and certainly feels that way. kind of left that commercial street back there and came down this little side road. Spin the camera around for you. This just feels so European to me. It's incredible. My biggest concern is keeping enough charge on my phone, because the Hilton has this really cool technology where my phone actually acts as my room key. So if my phone battery dies, then I have to go to the front desk and try and get a room key, and I didn't bring any identification with me. So it's, yeah. Got to keep that charge up. It's about 40% right now, so I'm not really worried at this point. So the first waypoint I'm heading to is called La Plaque de la Fondation Canadienne. My limited French tells me that means something to do with a plaque regarding the foundation of Canada. So, should be interesting. I should have read my map closer, because the plaque is down there somewhere and I'm way up here, and I don't see a way to conveniently get there from here. So while I wouldn't call this convenient, I did find a way down. So there's looking at that platform where I was. So according to the coordinates, I should be almost on it. But I don't see anything. According to the thing that I can read, it says 970. I don't see a building with that number. So I still don't know what the plaque actually said. It was kind of dark, kind of a warehouse district. People were watching. Decided not to stick around too long. On to the next one. So once again, I got the information. The information isn't on the plaque itself. In this case, there are 4 fire hydrants to the right as you're standing there looking at the plaque, and they needed to know the number that was written on one of them. So I'm moving on to the next location. Here we go again. Down just a slightly creepy back road. Smells great though. There's some pubs and things around. I smell someone cooking something. It looks like I want to make a left at the next location. La Plaque de la Maison Bethune, or something of that nature. It's hard to read while walking. So down here we go. And it's funny how a block away it was very touristy. I heard lots of people speaking English. And here I don't see anybody except this person coming towards me. And I'm going to venture a guess that that plaque to the left of the entrance door there means this is the building I'm looking for. Very cool. Let's go take a look. So I got that information. Again, it was what is the number on the hydrant, this time to the left. So now, working my way to location number 4. And one thing I did not really recognize or think of is just how hilly this part of Old Town Quebec is. That's been a lot of up and down hill. See if I can get the exposure right to show you these lovely decorative bird houses. Cardinal on that one. There we go. There's the 4th one. Beautiful. And the backdrop of that cathedral, pretty amazing. And you can check out Les Boutiques de Noël, all decorated for Christmas. Another look at one of the Christmas markets. Being a Monday, it's closed, but you can kind of peek in and see some of the lights and things. So this is one I'm not getting an answer to. It says the gray hydrant to my left. Well, if I turn to my left, I'm facing a window display. And over here, there are no, I don't see a hydrant on any of the buildings here. So I'm striking out on this one. I'll go a little further down, but the other ones were all very close. Nothing. Oh well, don't have to get them all. The 5th location also appears to be quite a distance away, so I'm going to leave it just because my phone's down to 30% now. So it appears they don't block the access to this market off. I was able to walk in here and just enjoy the lights. It does feel oh so European. So having abandoned the adventure lab, instead I am just going to work my way to a spot on the map called the Chateau Frontenac photo spot. So go check that out. It's one of the things I knew I wanted to see while I was here. So let's make time while we still have 20% battery left in my phone. So here we are at the base of the monument to Samuel de Champlain, just steps away from the incredible Chateau Frontenac. I have seen the Banff Springs, I have seen the Lake Louise, the Chateau Lake Louise, I have seen the Hotel McDonald in Edmonton, I have stayed at the Palliser Hotel in Calgary. They still never fail to impress. And so there's, like I said, the monument to Champlain, who founded Quebec in 1608. try to give you a better look at the statue. He's up on top of the pedestal there. It's kind of dark tonight, or he's not well lit up, so you might not be able to see him, but trust me, he is there. I think, if I remember the description of the geocache I just read, it said that that statue was erected in 1898, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. I'll do what I always do and look it up after and put it in the text here. And of course I can't come this far and not go in. Wow, that's incredible. I do not make nearly enough money to even be seen in that place, but I did it anyway. So guys, I'm just working my way back to the Hilton now. I cannot explain to you how amazing this place is, how there is national historic sites and historic plaques everywhere you look, around every corner. It's crazy, and it's driving me crazy that I don't have time to take it all in. Like, it really is just amazing. I really would love to come back here with time to explore. And having done several months of Duolingo French lessons would also be very handy, just to try and help fit in. My French is very, very limited. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little tour I've had a chance to do this evening, and we will definitely see you in the next video, which will undoubtedly be somewhere closer to home and probably far less interesting, unfortunately, but beautiful, beautiful place. If you've never come here, you really need to. And I also have to say the people I have interacted with have all been super friendly, super polite. Maybe that's because I'm in the touristy area, but it's definitely, I have not experienced the rude French culture that you hear so much about. Don't let that deter you. We'll see you in the next video.